The annual sessions of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, CPPCC, and the National People's Congress, NPC, known as the Two Sessions, concluded on March 11th. Foreign media captured an unexpected moment during these sessions. Chinese President Xi Jinping showed a pained expression, furrowing his brows, closing his eyes, and clenching his teeth after drinking tea at the meetings. This surprised journalists and citizens. Medical experts speculate that Xi Jinping may be experiencing organ discomfort, as his expression suggested he was enduring internal pain. On March 12th, the British newspaper The Daily Mail published several photos showing Xi Jinping in evident discomfort. In an article written with a touch of British humor, the author describes the scene. China's President Xi Jinping was spotted screwing up his face after sipping tea at the closing session of the National People's Congress. The Chinese Communist Party leader was pictured sitting on one of the plush red chairs of the Great Hall of the People in Beijing today before attempting to enjoy his brew. The report mentions that the exact cause of Xi Jinping's unusual facial expression remains unknown, and those around him seemed oblivious to it. The Daily Mail suggests that as Xi Jinping continues to consolidate power, there may be ongoing power struggles within the party that leave him unable to voice his grievances. The photos attracted online attention. An ex-user expressed, "This is a very painful moment, physically painful." This expression must not come from superficial pain like toothache or joint pain, but from the chest or abdomen. This expression reminds me of serious organ cancer or acid reflux. Another user, claiming to be an overseas senior Chinese medicine practitioner, analyzed, "Long-term drinking leads to liver damage and recurrence of hemorrhoids. Tremendous stress, a habit of dishonesty, and anger lead to excessive stomach acid, imbalance in insulin and bile secretion, and decay of the pancreas and small intestine." From footage and photos during the two sessions, it is evident that Xi Jinping's mental and physical condition is not optimal. The CPPCC session began on March 4th. On that day, Xi Jinping was photographed repeatedly blinking while looking up. On March 8th, during the second plenary session of the National People's Congress, Xi Jinping was seen enjoying 2 cups of tea while other high-ranking officials had only 1 cup each. Images released by Getty Images on that day showed Xi Jinping picking up the cup on his left side and closing his eyes after finishing the drink. On March 10th, as the CPPCC session came to a close, the large screens on site continued to display Xi Jinping's image as usual. Observers noted that Xi Jinping appeared fatigued and listless, with a bewildered and troubled look in his eyes. Xi Jinping is 71 years old. Rumors about his health have circulated for some time. A month before the opening of this year's two sessions, an online post from a nurse allegedly from China's top military hospital, 301 Hospital, claimed that Xi Jinping has pancreatic cancer. While this claim cannot be verified, the fact that even drinking water triggers pain suggests significant underlying health concerns. Tang Jingyuan, a commentator with a medical background, recently conjectured on his program that one of the 2 teacups Xi Jinping had during the session might have contained medicine or supplements. Tang suggested that Xi Jinping's sudden display of pain indicates a sudden physical condition, especially discomfort or pain in one of his organs, hence the strained expression. This suggests that Xi's health troubles might indeed be substantial. Commentator Zhong Yuan described Xi Jinping's various expressions as likely reflecting his true state of mind, troubled by numerous problems with no clear solution in sight. For a dictator like Xi Jinping, showing signs of pain in public is a significant taboo, as it could undermine loyalty among his subordinates and give hope to his adversaries. Zhong Yuan noted that despite Xi Jinping's re-election at the 20th CCP National Congress and his promotion of individuals he deems reliable, he has assembled the poorest party leadership. Over a year later, his new leadership has achieved little, while facing increasing problems. He himself feels a loss of authority. At this year's two sessions, Xi Jinping and his new leadership team still lack any significant strategies, and the political crisis remains unresolved. Several features characterize this year's two sessions. First, it was short. Before the pandemic, the two sessions typically lasted around 10 days each. During the pandemic in 2022, the sessions were reduced to approximately 6 days each. This year's CPPCC and NPC sessions had the shortest duration outside of pandemic times, lasting only 7 days. Secondly, another rare aspect of this year's two sessions was how quickly they ended, with both closing ceremonies lasting only half an hour. Throughout the ceremony, Xi Jinping did not glance at the reports placed on the table in front of him, nor did he engage in any conversation. This starkly contrasts with his behavior in the preceding days, where he diligently reviewed reports and made conversation. If Xi Jinping indeed experienced health issues, it could explain the short closing ceremonies and his lack of engagement. Physical discomfort might have left him feeling indifferent and unable to muster energy. If Xi Jinping is seriously ill, there's concern he might take drastic actions, like provoking a conflict in the Taiwan Strait. The world must not underestimate the dangers posed by a dictator's psychological health to national and global stability. Another possibility is that he could appoint successors to manage internal political factions, but this might spark power struggles among anti-Xi groups, leading the CCP into turmoil like never before. Since assuming the position of General Secretary of the CCP in 2012, Xi Jinping has become almost as personally influential as Mao Zedong. In 2022, Xi Jinping abolished the 10-year term limit for the presidency, embarking on his third term as General Secretary, and planted numerous confidants within the party. However, these confidants, regardless of their age or qualifications, would not be able to take up his mantle. The absence of a clear successor has led to power struggles among all political factions in Beijing. The Wall Street Journal notes that because Xi Jinping set a precedent for long-term rule, if he were to pass away without a clear successor, numerous issues would arise. After Mao Zedong's death, the power struggles plunged the country into political upheaval and ruthless infighting, resulting in widespread suffering and loss of lives. The death of CCP leaders often triggers turmoil. In the early hours of October 27, 2023, former Chinese Premier Li Keqiang, known for his robust health, died of a sudden heart attack at the age of 68. Li's death sparked a storm of speculations and rumors. Some speculate that Xi Jinping assassinated Li Keqiang, but there's no way to confirm it. Nevertheless, various suspicions and conspiracy theories from the public reflect widespread distrust and opposition toward Xi Jinping, further solidifying his image as a public enemy. On October 28, 2023, a source close to the Chinese military disclosed to the Epoch Times Li Keqiang's death was very sudden, and even the higher-ups in Zhongnanhai were shocked. The source stated that the CCP is usually effective at keeping secrets, and Xi Jinping did not intend to disclose the news so quickly. However, anti-Xi factions within the party hoped to publicize the news immediately, and did so. Online rumors suggest that Li Keqiang suffered a heart attack while swimming at the Shanghai eastern suburb guest house. It is rumored that Li Keqiang had previously undergone coronary artery bypass surgery. However, there were also rumors circulating that Li Keqiang might have been under house arrest there, or was even poisoned. The source particularly mentioned another mysterious message, that anti-Xi factions have already chosen a successor to replace Xi Jinping. The source said, Xi Jinping needs to step down quickly for the successor to take office. This has greatly boosted the morale of the anti-Xi factions. However, I do not know who this person is, as this is truly the most confidential information. The source said, I can only know that everything Xi Jinping does is to prolong his rule, including capitulating to the United States, to regain trust within the party. Although these rumors cannot be confirmed, they indicate intensified infighting within the top echelons of the CCP. If Xi Jinping's regime is facing immense political and economic pressure, and the succession system might be one of their means of crisis management. However, it may not save the CCP from eventual collapse. The fate of the CCP is increasingly entwined with Xi Jinping's personal will, health, intellect, and judgment. British psychic Craig Hamilton Parker accurately predicted Donald Trump's election in 2016 and his failure to be re-elected in 2020, as well as the COVID-19 pandemic, Brexit, and the death of Queen Elizabeth II. On November 4, 2023, he made predictions about 2024. Among them, he mentioned that Xi Jinping would fall ill, and the severity of his illness has been concealed. Hamilton Parker also predicted that Xi Jinping's illness might lead to a stepping down, and internal discord within the CCP would lead to political turmoil, eventually sparking a second revolution in China. Hamilton Parker believes Xi Jinping may not die, but people will witness the end of the CCP, and China will become a democratic country. However, he also emphasized that China's democratization may not necessarily occur in 2024. A similar prediction was made by a traditional Chinese medicine practitioner based in the UK. Xu Rong comes from a family that practiced Chinese medicine for 600 years. He predicted, 2024 will be unfavorable for those in power, with prominent issues among the populace, leaving Xi Jinping exhausted and overwhelmed, with no time to deal with Taiwan. In 2024, many high-ranking officials and prominent figures in the mainland will face life-threatening situations. However, Xi Jinping will not step down or die in 2024, but in 2025, something will happen that threatens his regime, and someone will replace Xi Jinping in leading the country. This person is estimated to be from within the system. Shu Rong also said, 2024 will be the year when the CCP's trouble reached their peak. But its skin will not be torn apart. It will also be a year of increasingly intense internal and external troubles for Xi Jinping, but he will not give up his one emperor dream. In 2025, it will finally be the year when people can no longer bear it. Xi Jinping's power will be weakened, and new leaders will start to eradicate the remnants of the CCP and its cultural ideology. This cleansing will be completed by 2029. 2030 will be the era of great peace in China. The health issues of CCP leaders have always been one of the party's top secrets. The healthcare personnel, service staff, guards, and officials around Xi Jinping are all loyal and reliable, and have undoubtedly signed confidentiality agreements. However, Xi Jinping's occasional displays of pain and worn-out appearance have led the outside world to believe that he is facing major health problems. In recent years, Xi Jinping has displayed physical abnormalities on multiple occasions, primarily related to mobility issues. It is rumored online that Xi Jinping is fond of alcohol, especially Maotai, and suffers from gout, which can make walking difficult. In March 2019, while visiting France, Xi Jinping's steps were unsteady, and his gait was uneven. In June of the same year, while attending an economic forum in Russia, he stumbled after taking only a few steps and was supported by Russian security guards. On September 14, 2022, during his visit to Kazakhstan, Xi Jinping almost fell on the steps while disembarking from the plane, but managed to grab the railing in time. On August 21, 2023, when Xi Jinping arrived at Johannesburg Airport in South Africa, his steps were also unsteady as he exited the plane. CCTV deliberately omitted the segment showing his difficulty in descending the stairs. Furthermore, there have been rumors that Xi Jinping had a brain tumor. In May 2022, British media reported that Xi Jinping had an aneurysm and had previously been rushed to the hospital for cerebral hemorrhage but refused surgery and only agreed to traditional Chinese medical treatment. Another piece of evidence is Xi Jinping's so-called royal physician, deputy director of the Central Health Commission, Zheng Yixin, who was promoted to ministerial level in May 2022. It is speculated that he was promoted for his contributions in maintaining Xi's health. Zheng Yixin is a well-known oncologist in China. All these rumors indicate widespread dissatisfaction with Xi Jinping's long-term rule among the public. Since they cannot remove him from power, they pin their hopes on his health problems. Once Xi Jinping's health condition is officially disclosed, it could be the time for China to change hands.